if you do decide to go down that route, what questions should you ask at the rescue?
Well, I suppose, I mean, the rescues are limited to what they can give you. Some of the rescues, they would take in dogs from the pounds, or dogs would be just surrendered to them at the gate. So to know the dog's history sometimes can be difficult for them. I would say if you wanted to take on a dog, you decided that you wanted to rescue a dog, I would say to the rescue, would it be possible to foster the dog first and take on the dog on a foster basis first and take the dog to see how he got on with you and your family. Even if you couldn't do that, would be to go up to the rescue maybe on a weekly basis and take out the dog and say, I want to volunteer to walk this dog and spend time with him. To invest to invest a bit of time and effort really into choosing the dog, whether from the rescues really there's I mean I know people in the rescues who arrived out to work and there was dogs tied to the gate. So I mean they'll tell you what they know about the dog, but I mean you can ask them basically what the temperament of the dog is, what's he like with other dogs, X, Y, and Z. But a lot of time the rescues don't know as much as they would like to know about the dog.
Yeah, yeah. And as you say, they're limited in what they can tell you anyway. But is
Yes.
there a way for people visiting to discern which dogs are neglected and possibly abused versus which dogs have simply been rehomed?
Yeah, well, I suppose look, the rescues really they won't give out dogs that are aggressive with people anyway, or really these days they won't really dogs that are aggressive with other dogs. They're going to be fairly selective about what to give out anyway, like to people nowadays. So I mean, if you were going into the rescue, I mean, you can gauge the dog's temperament. Some dogs, you know what I mean. If you have young children and that, like I mean, once you want a dog that's fairly placid. If you have very young children, I mean, you can gauge the dog's temperament, whether he's quite placid or whether he's quite active. You can gauge it by, we'll say, a breed. I mean, if you go in and you see a working border collie, you'll probably know that that dog is going to be a fairly active dog. It'll be a reasonable guideline. Breed is a reasonable guideline. Working temperament as well. You go in like I mean, I would go in any of the dogs that I would rescue. We would have had people here who wanted to rescue dogs, and I would have gone in with them and I would have gauged the dog's temperament on my own experience. Like I would have brought things like a ball or a squeaky toy, or I would have brought the dog out around maybe around other dogs and just gauged his reaction around other dogs and controlled him around other dogs. We'll say food motivation. Is the dog food motivated? So, I mean, a dog that's food motivated is easier to train than a dog that isn't food motivated. We'll say if a dog has toy motivation, if he's interested in toys, a dog that is toy motivated is easier to train than a dog that is not time motivated. We'll say a dog that is friendly with people and will maybe get a certain bond with a person. You will have a dog that will come over and maybe he'll put his head against you and be very, very friendly towards you. A dog like this will probably be easier to train than a very aloof dog that will not give any eye contact or any attention to you whatsoever when you go into the pound. There are ways of gauging. You'd want some experience with dogs, though, I mean, to be able to gauge something like that. Some people will go in and say, oh, look, he's wagging his tail, he's fine. And I'll go, oh, I've been bitten by dogs wagging their tail. That's not a particular good guideline to to gauging whether the dog is friendly or not. There are, I would say, a dog that will give you eye contact, a dog that will chase a ball, a dog that will take a treat from your hand. This would be a very rough guideline to a dog that probably will be easier to train than a dog that will not give eye contact, the dog that will not chase a ball, and a dog that will not take a treat from your hand. These dogs probably would be a little bit harder to train than the dog that will give you attention, that will, you want a dog that's going to have a bond with you. I mean, really with training, and that's what we see here. People will say to us, oh, you take my dog and train them. And I'll go, ideally, I would like to see you training your own dog, because to train your dog is to have a bond with them, a rapport with them, an individual relationship with them that facilitates the dog's obedience around you. I can look as a professional dog trainer, I can take a dog and because I'm at this all the time and I can probably train the dog but that's down to my experience. So if I'm looking at a dog that's going to be suitable for training, I'm looking at a dog that will be able to build a bond with a person and a close bond with a person.